Just begin to relax. As always, we take charge of our breathing. We remind ourselves by laying our hand on our chest sometimes that we're right here and that our breath is flowing in and out gently. We're relaxing deeply with each breath as it flows in. We breathe in a harmony from the universe. Breathe in peace and relaxation. And we gather up any stress or tension and just breathe it out. Exhale it and let it go. Just release it. With each in and out breath, we also remind ourselves that we're right here, we're safe, and that everything is fine. We aren't sometime 50 years ago or 40 or 30, or we're right here. Begin to drift down as you imagine any stress or tension in your body gathering up and flowing down your arm to your hand. Allow your thumb to touch your finger, and the stress and tension in your body go right to that contact point between your thumb and finger. This is an important positive trigger that you can use anytime you need to relax, to release a stressful situation as well. In just a moment, we're going to take a deep breath in and hold it to the count of 4. Pay attention to our bodies and then begin to exhale to the count of 8. When I say 8, let your hand drop. Let it land on the surface that's supporting you. Let your thumb and finger open and relax, and drop that stress or tension on the floor. Your hand is about 10 or 12 inches above the surface, so that it has a little fall when it relaxes. Just let it go. Loose and limp and lazy. It helps you to go deeper into the image and to enjoy it more fully. So with your thumb and finger together, just breathe in and relax. And then take another deep breath and hold it to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen to the silence. A perfect point of meditation is right there between your breaths. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Letting go completely. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Drop your hand. Release your thumb and finger and let go of any tension. Just let that hand be loose and limp and lazy, just resting there, feeling its own weight. Sometimes it'll start to feel as though it wants to float. Just lift and float. You can even test it to see just how much tension does it take in that muscle to raise your hand just off the surface, and then relax it and let it drop again. And see how much energy it takes to just lift it up, little bit at a time, until you no longer feel the surface beneath your hand. And then drop it again. Those things help you to go deeper into the image, especially for those of you that more sense and experience things than seeing them. It's more of a feeling way to relax. And as you move deeper into relaxation, that pleasant twilight state between sleep and wakefulness that you pass through every time you go to sleep and every time you wake up. It's a perfectly natural place, very much at peace. Drift down deeper and just let go. Begin to imagine yourself on a brightly lit moonlight path. It's a path that leads towards a huge full moon that lights the landscape enough to see how you can comfortably move forward. And in front of you, a little ways down the path, is a big, beautiful hot air balloon. You can decorate it anytime you choose, any color you choose. You can put symbols on it, or you can just make it stripes or all one color. You can do whatever you want because it's yours. This is going to be a way that we can lift and rise over the thoughts in our subconscious mind. We can look them over from a distance, and we can see and understand what that internal communication is about, whether it's helping us or not, and what we need to do to change it. So as you move towards the hot air balloon, you notice that it has a very strong tether. It's attached to the ground, and that tether represents your higher power. It can stretch as far as you go, and it always is there to protect you, to keep you at just the right altitude for you personally. Everything happens to the degree of your comfort and your choice in everything is most important. So as you relax and go deeper with each step, you walk towards that hot air balloon and open the little door in the gondola underneath of it. It's like a big basket sort of thing. You can construct it out of whatever you want it to be. It has a place in there to sit and a place even to lie down, like a little hammock. It rocks you gently as the balloon moves on the breeze, just lifting quietly and peacefully. And you get in and close that little gate behind you. And you notice that there are some rocks. And these are rocks that do with particular stuck places or emotions or people in our life that possibly have moved away from us, or we've moved away from them. But their time has pretty well run out, and it's time for us to release them and to move forward. And you can just begin dumping those rocks over the edge without too much concern about them at all, because they're always going to be laying right out there. You can come back to this spot anytime you choose. But for right now, we're going to let them go to enable you to rise above your subconscious thoughts. And as you place those rocks on the ground, as you put them out of the basket, the balloon begins to lift and rise. It begins to float gently across the night sky. And that big, beautiful moon seems almost like it's smiling at you and saying, yes, this is how I float every night. I'm a full moon, so you can see clearly each and everything that you need to. You can also let go of the things that are old and outworn and useless, like a recording of the past, a thing that we replay words and sounds and sometimes disturb ourselves. It's time that those things are silenced now, at least for a good little while. So as the balloon begins to rise and that tether begins to stretch, lifting you, floating you, you can enjoy that feeling, knowing that you have control also of releasing those rocks. You have control of everything. We can control other people, but we can control ourselves. You make the choice. Float as high as you want to. And as you sail across the night sky with that beautiful full moon, you can look down on that patchwork quilt of thoughts and ideas that you have. Those things of the past that are far away. But they're right there for you to look at from the distance of your balloon to experience them happening down there on the ground. And without even going into details, your subconscious mind is directed to change those situations where you come out of them feeling good about yourself and feeling as though you've won when you get through all of that. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens a bit at a time. And as you look at that pathway that winds along on the ground beneath you as you float there in that moonlit sky, you see where you might have gotten stuck. You also see the way to move on. If you are stuck from anything right now, you can just understand that that's on the path behind you. Being stuck on something implies you climbed to the top of it, and now you're glued there. You can see that from this higher perspective, but that isn't true. Just for instance, if I told you that your hand was stuck on the sheet where it fell, that would just be silly. You know that that isn't true. So you would just say, well, that's a joke, or that's just some little direction. I can move my hand. Of course you can. And you can move off of that stuck place. You can move forward. Even one step at a time is great progress. So in this moonlit evening, as you look down over those pathways and patches of different colors, maybe there's even some campfires burning down there. People gathered around them. whatever your position is with those things that you're choosing to change now, you can see how your subconscious is working them out, how it's understanding them and dismissing them as old conditioning. It's just like if I were to tell you something is true now, it isn't true forever. It's only true for now if you decide to take that suggestion. But you can always choose to ignore it as well. And when we're talking about things in the subconscious, there may be a lot of times that you ignored your mother or father, or you didn't do just the right thing. That's okay. You set your own boundaries and you control your own behavior because now you're an adult. You make the rules for yourself and you find it effortless to stick to them. And you just continue looking in the distance, seeing how things are working out all over the place. Good to be able to be lifting and floating above everything. To have that more distant perspective so you can understand more clearly. And you might notice a particular patch down there that needs your attention. Anything that's been especially bothering you right now. That's just something happening down there on the path. It's okay. You're right here, safe in your balloon. And when you're ready, you can allow your balloon to drift and float into a place where you can see all of those changes. You can lift and float to a place where you can experience them as coming easily, the change being made as you understand what's happened in the past, and you just release it. When I count from 1 to 3, find yourself lifting and floating above that particular thing, and just release it. Just like you release those rocks. 1, seeing the problem. 2, identifying a way to change it to work for your benefit. And 3, releasing it. So 1, see what the repetitive pattern is that you've had. 2, imagine a better way, or imagine that you will know a better way very shortly. And 3, experience yourself having that better outcome and just letting it go. Sometimes you can notice it all over the land beneath you there. There are multiple situations. They may have been connected somehow or another to your journey here. But it's time to release them. And you know it. So now you can choose to just let them go. Now you can choose to make those changes beginning this very moment. And how enjoyable is it to be floating over that brightly lit landscape? The moon is so full that it seems to eliminate any outworn things that we think, any of those old things that came to us years ago, and instead it changes the way it communicates, changes the way it thinks. It's been beneficial for other people around you, but now it gets to be beneficial for you. And your balloon may be sailing across that night sky over streams and rivers and maybe a little lake here and there, maybe a big waterfall. But a very good place, very good place to be. And that's where your mind is moving you to that comfortable place. Moving to a place where things work out, to a place where you don't have to lose to the other person's winning, and they don't have to lose to you winning. A good place is where you can both walk out feeling good about yourselves. That's truly winning. And now you're winning by making better choices, by going and coming, changing your choices to reflect your sobriety, your emotional sobriety, and all the other kinds that apply to your life. And that feels good. It feels good, too, to your conscious mind to have your subconscious just rinsed out, to have your subconscious just let go of the old outworn thoughts and feelings. Let them drift away, drift away. Sometimes you find that there's something you want to look at further. You can make it more noticeable to yourself, increase your awareness of it, and direct your subconscious mind to begin understanding it. Because understanding is the real key to letting it go. So, when you would like advice, you can reach out to a fellow traveler. It doesn't matter whether it's someone you're talking to right now or someone you've met in the past. Because the same way that those negative people come up, the same way that negative experiences come up, now you can begin something completely new. Yes, you can. Allow yourself to let things settle. Let information come up, and you might feel you don't have to bother with it at all. Because many things are connected, and just like a vine, once you get rid of the root, So look around in your subconscious mind and find out what you can let go of. Find out exactly how to let go of it. Because in this relaxed state, you're able to do that. Take just a minute to experience that. Feeling yourself, freeing yourself, and dropping those burdens you carried for far too long. Just releasing them. And that moon and stars just sail across the sky, free of any stress, free of any tension. Looking at the ground and all the things down there, but also looking ahead, looking to the future. You realize that you may have been looking at the path behind you and deciding what your future was going to be based on that. When you look ahead, if you only have experience with what's behind you, you subconsciously begin traveling towards a repeat of the same pattern. But when you put in new information and you have new skills, no thoughts or patterns bother. They're just done, worn out, overused. And instead, begin to decide where you want to go. When you look at that ground, there may be some little cottages down there. There may be bigger places, things that you think you might like to visit. There might be waterfalls and lakes. Yes, there's plenty of other places. Not necessarily that you need to move physically, but emotionally you need to move into the present time and place. So as you examine them, and you examine them going past beneath your hot air balloon, you realize that it's your choice to set your balloon down at any of them that you want to be associated with. That's right. You can bring about those changes. You can alter your reality. When you alter your past, we can't go back and change it, but we can change the way we perceive it. And we can certainly change our reactions to it. And as you change those reactions into responses, you find that responding is a much better choice. Responding comes from a mature person, from an adult. Reacting comes from a child. So you might think on that and put your settings on moving ahead. Very good. you're doing this, you're doing it easily. You make this look effortless because it really is. Lifting and floating, drifting along. You might see some things that have helped you. Things that maybe took the place of reactions. Instead of reactions now, we respond. We have an adult response. And that's very good. What a wonderful choice you made to write your future based on your present instead of your past, because you weren't that person you were as a little child. You weren't that person you were in the past. You are somebody that has new skills, new thoughts, new behaviors. Things are changing for you all the time. And now you're seeing that and you're making use of those changes. And most importantly, you are recognizing them. Because it is very important to recognize that you've changed from one place to another. You've moved from one time to another. And you're finding yourself in a better place now. Finding yourself in a better place than you were. Enjoy the changes. Enjoy the fact that you can take your balloon wherever you want it to go. And your higher power is always right there to guide you. Your higher power is always keeping the balloon at a perfect place for you, a safe place for you. Because things don't have to be dangerous anymore. You make better choices. That's the great part. The choices are yours. The choices are right here for you. And it's just as easy as moving your balloon to a different direction, even walking around the basket to another direction. So you're looking at something differently, a different perspective, a higher way of viewing things. Sometimes makes all the difference in the world. It's great to know. You can stop doing things the old way. You can start doing them in brand new ways for you. You can create your future, and just like that full moon, allow yourself to come out and blossom in this setting. Allow yourself to spread your wings open, to feel that true inner self growing, growing and growing. That's our job, to grow and change. So no matter where you are on the path right now, you can see it clearly because you've opened yourself to wonderful possibilities. And you've placed yourself in a new and better present. So allow yourself to find a place in that landscape of your subconscious that you want to begin settling yourself down in a better place that's peaceful. And this isn't moving to a different physical location as it is moving your mind to a different situation, moving it to what you need, moving it to what you want from life. Enjoy that and stay focused. Stay focused on what you're doing. Do one thing at a time. And it's like saying hooray for me. Noticing that big full moon is like saying, look at me, look how much I've changed. I'm taking notice of my growth. I'm taking notice of my change from the dark past. I'm not just looking in anymore, I'm looking out. And I'm looking out for joy and happiness. And beginning tomorrow, I begin to make that journey inward again, a little at a time, one day at a time, to look deeply inside myself for the very thing I'm going to work on this month, to look at things that might still be beneficial for me to change. And that's a good thing to do. So, as our guide there, the moon, the phase of it, just as a reminder that it's a beautiful thing that reminds us it's there every night, and every night it's going to change and grow a little bit in its cycle. That's what we do too. We take care to make a little note how that day is going for us, that particular phase of the moon, so we can notice if it has a positive or negative effect on us for the next month. It can be helpful to know ahead of time the particular path, that particular time period might be a little rougher right then. So as you pick that place that you want to settle down, as you choose the place that you want to grow, you also begin to change your behavior and choose the behaviors that you need to do it effortlessly. And because your higher power has been guiding your balloon all along, you just begin to sit down. Give yourself time to think, and your balloon begins to settle in a beautiful place where you can see clearly every time you notice a change. Every time you notice an old reaction, you can say, hey, I don't do that anymore. I respond now with this. And if that doesn't work, then you respond with something different. You can always change your mind. And you can always change your behavior, change your life into joy. As you begin to settle your balloon gently onto the surface, you know that you can take off again and examine all of these contents of your subconscious, examine your new, better choices, just by getting back in and having that balloon lift and rise up into the sky. So you've got a good, clear idea of where you're going. So just begin to tether your balloon and know that for now you've made a choice for your future based on your present skills, based on your present ideas, based on the fact that you've grown up, that you have inner children, yes, but you also have inner adults, and our choices always need to rely on our inner adults. And exit your balloon and come out into your new field of behaviors. See all the new choices you have before you. And you can just lie down there in that moonlight, in that beautiful place, and begin to imagine yourself right back in your present time and environment. But bring those new thoughts, new ideas, and new behaviors back with you as you become aware of the surface that supports you. And in just a moment, I'll count from 1 to 5. At the count of 5, when you open your eyes relaxed, refreshed, feeling wonderful and ready to rest tonight, maybe by going to sleep the same way, by imagining drifting on a hot air balloon in a beautiful moonlit sky, drifting over a beautiful landscape that you create. Number 1 now, just begin to come up. Number 2, feel your weight in the present time and place. That surface beneath you supports you, because we always rest on things that support us, never on things that don't. Number 2, just feel the need to move around a little bit. 3, take a deep breath. Number 4, feel the need to stretch. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And number 5, just open your eyes, wide awake and feeling wonderful, all the way back